Are you getting ready to take the Educational Leadership, Administration, and Supervision test? That is Praxis Exam 5412. My name is Bettina 5-year high school English teacher and test prep expert at study.com. Today, we are going to review the subtopic of organizational leadership. We are going to go through a set of test questions to get you ready for the test. All right, let's jump in. Problem number 1 reads, if a school is experiencing a high teacher turnover rate, which of the following actions should a school leader take first? Now, looking at this, you can see that I've highlighted high teacher turnover rate, since that's the main topic and the main subject of what we're trying to figure out. But there's another key word in here, and that word we're going to circle together is first. We need to figure out what should that school leader do first. Let's take a look at our answer choices. Letter A, increase teacher salaries. B, ask the remaining teachers to cover multiple classrooms. C, analyze the reasons behind the high turnover rate. And D, hire substitute teachers to fill vacancies. Now, we're asking ourselves, what should that school leader do first, really before anything? Some of these, as we'll see more like just kind of temporary solutions that aren't really going to help that school leader altogether. For example, asking the remaining teachers to cover those classes, not only is that going to cause more problems, even maybe more turnover rate, but it's really just kind of a temporary band-aid to cover up or to fix. That same idea goes along down here of just hiring people to fill in those vacancies. That's just very temporary. It's not going to give us that long-term solution or answer that we're looking for. In letter choice A, increase those teacher salaries. Again, a temporary solution, trying to keep maybe those current teachers happy, but it's not going to give us the reasoning as to why is our school experiencing this turnover rate. What that school leader should do is letter C, analyze the reasons behind the high turnover rate. Taking a second and to step back from what's the problem? Why are teachers maybe not happy in other faculty? Do they feel underappreciated? Is there something they disagree with? Taking the time to analyze what the environment is like or conditions is going to help us find that root cause of that turnover rate. Problem number 2 reads, the most effective way for a school administrator to ensure staff are aware of the roles of emergency support personnel is A, discuss the roles in a staff meeting. B, include the information in the staff handbook. C, post the roles on the school website. D, send an email to all staff members. Again, key part that we're looking at here is the most effective way. And we're trying to say, how are they communicating those roles of emergency support personnel? Now, again, we'll start to notice a pattern here. Let's take a look at those verb choices. So we have discuss, include, post, and send. Now, a few of these jump out again as being something that maybe won't reach every single person, or at least that they won't be, holding up their own accountability end. For example, sending an email to all staff members. Yes, they received the email, but there's no guarantee that they're checking their email and understanding everything that email provides with that information. Emails can have an abundance of information, and some staff or faculty may not understand what is exactly being asked of them. The same goes for letter C, post the roles on the school website. Again, they may be able to see it, but there's no guarantee that people are checking this website and, of course, that they're understanding what they are reading. Another choice that sounds similar to both of these is letter B, include the information in the staff handbook. Again, that information's there, but who is checking that handbook? Is it the entire staff? Are they even reading it fully? Are they just glazing over it? Do they open it at all? This is something where you're not going to reach the entire way to ensure all of the staff are aware of these roles. The best choice for us is going to be letter A, discuss the roles in a staff meeting. Having the staff all there present and discussing it with them on a face-to-face basis is going to provide immediate clarification. It's going to allow them to answer any concerns or questions, get the answers that they need to the problems at hand. And this way they'll have that clear understanding of what is expected of them. Problem number 3 reads, a school leader is integrating a new data system at their school to improve communication and and accountability. The first step in implementing this new system should be A, evaluating the needs of the school and the capabilities of the new system, B, sending a notice to parents about the change in the system, C, immediately replacing the old system with the new one, D, providing training for teachers on the new system. Now, just like a few problems back, we have a key word choice in here, and we're looking for what is the first step. We know that they're wanting to integrate or bring in a new data system, really to help with that communication and accountability. So let's take a look at those verbs here that are being used. Letter A, we have evaluating, B is sending, C, we have an adverb to immediately replacing, and providing is D. We're looking for what's that first step that should be done. Well, we can't really send parents any notice if we don't actually know about the system and if it's the right fit for our school. The same down here with letter D, we can't really provide training if we, as those school leaders, don't know the basis of it and if it's the right fit for us. Letter C, that immediately throws us off as no. We're not going just to immediately blindly put this system in and replace the old one. Our best choice is letter A. We need to take a step back and evaluate the needs of our school. Is this system going to provide what's going to support our data and communication needs? Is this the right fit for the school? And as that school leader, we need to make the decision to take a step back, evaluate or consider what are the needs of the school, and will this new system provide adequate results of that? Let's take a look at problem number 4. As part of an ongoing school improvement plan, a school leader conducts regular reviews of the plan's implementation. Which of the following would be considered the most effective strategy for these reviews? A, assessing the amount of resources used for the plan's implementation. B, comparing the current state of the plan to its original goals. C, evaluating the number of activities completed as part of the plan. D, analyzing data about student performance and teacher feedback. Again, what are we looking for? What is the most effective strategy? Now, again, let's take a look at those verbs down here. We have assessing, comparing, evaluating, analyzing. Now, while these verb choices all may seem very strong, it may seem like an important step in each of them, there's one that we need to have to be providing the most effective strategy. Looking at letter B, comparing the current state of the plan to its original goals, it's not really providing us, those original goals maybe aren't as necessary at this moment, considering we're looking at the regular reviews. We're really focusing on what is the information, that data that's being given. So comparing to that may not be as important in this moment. Assessing the amount of resources used for the plan, again, we're looking more for the reviews, the actual content from our faculty, from our students. So assessing the amount isn't maybe going to be as primary. Evaluating the number of activities, again, this is just kind of on the surface level. We're not really digging deep into what's going on with our students, with our teachers, etc. That's going to leave us here with letter D, analyzing data about student performance and teacher feedback. By analyzing, or just this data analysis of student work and teacher feedback, it's going to provide us with what are we doing well, what do we need to work on, and it's going to give us that deeper, in-depth look at our school and what is needed for them. This completes your practice set of questions in this specific category. Thank you so much for using study.com as your study resources. Be sure to like and subscribe, and if you have other questions, comments, or concerns, please feel free to drop a comment or question in that comment box. Feel free to also look at the other study material we have posted. Thanks for choosing study.com. Good luck. You got this.